Yes,
Yes,
all right.
sir.
My name's Ted Hughes, and I'm going to give you a little background information about the track as we go along. The first race was actually run on this track in 1969, and we're celebrating our 49th anniversary. But at the present time, now, the way this all came about, we had a gentleman from Tennessee County here by the name of Toby Hill. He's quite a race fan. He was going to Daytona every time that race going on. He and Mr. France got to be pretty good buddies. He was down at Daytona for a weekend racing, and Mr. France told him, said, look, we finally made a decision. We want to build another track somewhere in the southeast. We need you to keep your eyes and ears open for any land that might come available. Mr. Hill said, I can take care of that for you. Well, he came on back, and about 2 or 3 months later, 350 acres of land came available in the general area of the track, and that was joint property that was used back during World War II for an old Army Air Training Center. After the war was over, that was not needed, and they gave it back to Talladega County for handing. Mr. Hill was aware of all that, and he said, you know what, the two together make a great start. So he called Daytona and told Mr. France what we had. Mr. France said, I'll be right out. He came up, spent a couple of 3 weeks, and he was able to acquire additional land. He got a little over 1,000 acres, and he says, you know, I'm going to, that appear the land is going to be a problem. I'm going to go ahead now and make plans to build the track. Of course, anything as big as this is, you got to clear it through the politician here in Talladega County. You got to go to the governor's office and get it approved. He got that all worked out and approved, and he went ahead and built the track. He built the biggest, the fastest, and most competitive track in the entire racing circuit itself. It's a 2.66 miles around. Now, turn 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have that 33 degrees and about 5 stories high. Well, the only track really close to it is Daytona, and that's 2.5 down 31 degrees. Got that all set up. They said September the 13th, 1969 for the first weekend of racing. The Saturday drivers came, and they didn't have any problem at all. Everything was great. Richard Petty was in charge of drivers at the time. He called for a meeting of the drivers late Saturday afternoon. Would you believe it? During that meeting, Richard and about 15 of the drivers decided this thing was too big and too dangerous. Would you believe it? They boycotted the track. Mr. Fred said, oh my goodness, I've already sold 16,000 tickets.
Going to the
I got
tunnel.
that race. He thought about it a little bit and said, the only thing I can do is go to the drivers that didn't boycott the track, get them on board. Go to Saturday drive and get all I get. He wound up about 33 cars on the track, and he said, fans are not going to be happy. Got to do something about it. He passed the word to the
Welcome
fans.
to Talladega.
Ticket subs. They come to the next race free of charge. Well, that made them happy. Race did get underway and averaged 153 miles an hour. Richard Rickhouse won the race. Would you believe that's the only race that man won his entire racing career? Look at the grandstand from here to the other end. Would you believe it? That's over a mile long. Well, they can sit over 100,000 people over there. When they built the track, they knew they needed a care center to build in front of the care center. They stamped that with doctors, nurses, and caregivers out of Birmingham, both for the April and the October race. If there was anybody on the premises, they got a little over 3,000 acres here where they are parking and camping. If any of the fans either fall and get sick or get in an accident, if they're holding a ticket to the race, they come over here and get treated free of charge. And to come over and the doctor said that one party needs to go to the emergency room outside, there's an ambulance and then we'll take them out there. Accident victim comes in and the doctor said, oh my goodness, he is all beat up, we're going to have to send us to Birmingham. Of course, there's a helicopter sitting there.
Infield
They'll
Care
send us to
Center.
Birmingham. Well, that's all well and good. The only thing about it, this people, people here found, you know, sent them off for that part. When they got this open, well, you know, there's a total of 62 bays in here where they're working on cars, 31 in the back, 31 in the front. If they're working on a car here and they can't get that car to run just right, they finally make a decision. Best thing to do is change the motor out. They'll send the tow motor out to the truck out here and pick up a new motor and bring it in. Would you believe it?
Garage area over here to the left.
They had that thing changed out and ready to go. I came over and told them, I said, I can't even get a decent oil change in 45 minutes. The next thing I know over there is Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company will come in as early as Monday of the race week. They'll bring in a truckload of tires. Well, they'll go ahead and mount the tires there, balance them, and get them ready. Now, most people think they sell those tires to the car owners. Well, that's not quite true. What they do, they lease it to them for that week. When the week's over, they'll have to turn back in, turn those tires back in. Goodyear, then they'll look them over, determine if they can improve the quality. Then they'll send them up to South Carolina. They got a facility up there that cuts them up in small pieces and use the fuel to generate electricity. They don't waste anything. You see the tall tower over there, they call that scoring tower. That tower's 148 feet tall. It has 7,440 light bulbs. At the top, they give you the lot number there. On into the 1 through 10, they give you the car number there. Below the 10, they pick up the 11 through 43, and they give you the car number there as well. The amount of energy it takes to operate that would actually take care of 5 home for the same period of time. A little bit heavy on energy. Now, in order to make sure that each driver has an equal chance to win the race, they're required to get their fuel through that station there. Now, that is a racing fuel. If we allowed them to bring their own fuel, you know, you couldn't trust one of them. Every one of them had their own motor put together. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Davey Allison.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 1993, you know, he and Mr. Foreman came in to watch get money. Back to driving. About 25 feet this side of that pole with the transformer, Davey crashed his helicopter. Neil Buddy ran out there and pulled in Mr. Foreman out. Mr. Foreman was hurt, but he was not as bad as Davey. Davey, they sent him up to Birmingham for treatment. Would you believe it? He died the next morning. His right top of his career drove number 28 Mexico car. He was on a 28-year-old when that happened. If you was watching the race in 2009, Corn Lederer come along there in the last lap of the race. Got the wreck right down in there, skidded up towards the wall. Got that last white line and went everyone. He knocked knocked a speaker off, and then it hit a young lady and broke a jaw, and that's in Birmingham. The car rolled all the way to the bottom down there. Carl Edwards jumped out of the thing and ran to the finish line.
Yep.
I was watching that and I said, what in the world do you think he's doing? Well, he didn't get the export. I made a joke. I said, what did he saw the movie? Got thinking out till late here and he thought he was supposed to run to the finish line. Now, this is Victor Lane and we can't get out because, but not too long ago, there's a lady fell in here. And, of course, this is kind of dangerous. They're trying to figure out how to make it safe for everybody. But this is it right here. If the driver wins the race, he'll pull up there in the middle when he gets to accelerate. They give him a big check. We're going to go on around now. The area to the right over there is known as the Braddock Club. During the Sunday races, the fans can drive their cars on the other side. They do not. They have to walk out, walk in. Building here trimmed in red now, that's their private backroom facilities. You see each one of these up there on each one, they got that shed put up there. But the fans are sitting below that, and they're watching the race in the cool shade. And of course, they have television on the front, and they can watch the race going all around. Pit roads over there, and everything. This is very well, and it's really about 5 years ago to put a permanent building here. Sunday morning they cater breakfast to about 11 o'clock, and then they'll clean it up, bring in the buffet and the beer and the wine, get ready for the rest of the day. They charge a pretty nice little fee, but would you believe it? It's a full sellout. That's about everything that's going on. It is very popular. To the left over here is another garage there. If the trucks are racing, they'll work out that end. This end's over
Truck
reserved
garage.
for your Xfinity cars. Do their
Xfinity
tune-ups.
Series garage.
Now look at did you see these tall towers here? Well, I'll tell you more about them later on, but the grandstand over there, now those seats have all been changed out over the last few years. One's on the bottom is about 2 inches wider for your comfort down there. One's on top of there is about 3 inches wider, and that's for people like me that just kept on rolling. Look at the color scheme up there, red, black, white. Let me tell you what, during the Sunday racing, or during the racing year, what they do, they make a lot of film out here, everything on commercials. Then when they're filming that, they let that camera drift around, and what's moving on the tape, it looks like there's a whole bunch of people up there all the time. And that's what they're trying to do, is attract attention, and it really works. We gotta go up here now and get on the track and go around the bottom of the track.
We get ready to turn a lap around Talladega. Wish you'd let me drive.
Yes, sir.
We don't want nobody to fall off.
There's another one you probably like.
There's the Infield Care Center.
If you notice in the middle there's a yellow line. From the yellow line to the wall is right there, that's approximately 48 feet. All crossed up all around. We got spotters in certain areas out there. If any of the fans need assistance, all we got to do is get those them. they'll try to solve any problem they have. Pit road's left. Pit road's a little over 1,800 feet long. They got a speed limit coming in of 55 miles an hour. If they catch them exceed that, they'll penalize them in one of two ways. They make them go around again or put them at the end of the race. See all that skid marks coming in? The drivers are coming on turn 4 up there where they were doing about a little over 200 miles an hour.
Yes.
When they got this line up here, they got to be down to 55 miles an hour. If they don't, they'll penalize them. But these drivers don't want to be penalized, so they're putting those brakes on way back there. Blue wall goes all the way to Pit Road. Now behind the blue wall, the crews are all sitting over there waiting. When a car comes in for service, they'll jump the wall and change 4 tires, fill up gas, wipe the windshield in about 13 seconds. They really don't waste any time around here at all. White building on top now, that's where your television production goes on. They also have the racing track officials up there. Now that is right above the start and finish line. And they can pretty well determine if rules and regulations are being followed. You see the grassed in area between top and bottom? Would you believe that those are all really comfortable? They're all fully air conditioned. They have corporate sponsors, other groups coming in, and they'll cater in the food and drink. They tell me about the time the race starts, there's not but about 20% of them able to watch the race. Rest of them got taken up on that Gatorade stuff over there.
Yeah.
Look at the left, see the building over there. We got reporters coming in here from all over the world. They'll watch the race there and report to their people back home. Great box up there. Now that is the start-finish line. That's where it all began, where it ends right there. The race we had in April 2011 was real close. Went 2 seconds. What happened? Junior pushed Jimmy in there to win the race, and Junior come in number 4. There was 2 other cars with him at the same time. Race nears from double line to wall, and it's probably 48 feet now. This is the start-finish line, and that's where it all began, where it ends right there. The flagman does his job up there. The race, like I said, the race we had in April 2011 was really close. You notice there's 2 white walls up there. The one where the fence coming up is the original wall put in here in 1969. That wall's about 40 inches high, a foot and a half thick. If any of the drivers run into it, that didn't kill them. That was a dead stop. I got the name right away. It's been a death wall. The second wall was developed by the University of Nebraska in 2013. Of course, what they did, they put a metal on the other side that holds this side together over here. This is a cushion type material over here. If a car runs into it, that will give, bounce back, and it will be safe. They gave that the name Safe Bearing. That was installed here in 2004. It is now required on all trucks. Everybody calls it safe fishing.
On both
There
sides.
one's over here and turn 2 is over there. This is the beginning of your 33-degree pitch. It is about 5 stories high. You know, if they would let me stop up here and give you that opportunity to walk up there, but you believe it, most people have to get on their hands and knees and fall up there. If they get out there, the best thing to do is back down, because if you try to stand up, you're going to have to hold on to that white wall. Well, it's sitting in the pitching, and most people will make a mistake and fall. If you do that, they're going to roll all the way to the bottom down here before they stop. Now, this is 33 degrees, 33 degrees and about 5
Isn't that
stories
crazy?
high. But anyway, now, and then any of the drivers coming along here, if they want to maintain a position on the track, which means they'd have to do a minimum of 85 miles an hour.
Isn't that crazy?
Now this is 33 degrees, it's about 5 stories high. Television does not do this, just for all kinds of fancy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be over 200 mile an hour to get the car, and they ride up near that wall when they're racing.
Yeah, that was Junior's. That was where Junior lived.
Now to the left over here.
Yeah.
We got 212 acres here in the infield. 3 different entrances coming
5-story
in. We came in
banking.
the north tunnel over there. We are turned 2 there, what they call the south tunnel. The other side of the buildings over there is the Gate 9 Road. That's where the car haulers and large motorhomes all come in over the track. They're really too big to go through that tunnel. We can't do it. If you look over here, turn up to and look to the left, that's that up and down over there.
Makes you want to come see a race here now, don't it?
When the driver gets turned number 2, if he hasn't already, he'll put the pedal to the metal. He's going to try to get all the speed he can on that there before he gets to turn 3. When he gets to turn 3 over there, he's got the same pitch down here, that does go down. Of course, there's been some changes here. Some years ago and several years that track was in operation, they added a grandstand over there. That was set up to 30,000 people. They did not have regular seating. All they had over there was metal benches. Well, you know, it gets pretty hot here in Alabama. So just before the April race in 2014, they came over here and brought some cushions over there to make it more comfortable. Well, I came over and was having a little fun with them. I told them, I said, you know what? I now understand why everybody stands up. Doggone seats got too hot to get sit down. When they finished this over here, they named that Albert. They did that to honor 6 Top Dollars in Hueytown, which is about 12 miles west of Birmingham. They were also known as Alabama Gang. Well, that Bobby Dunny Olson, David Dickinson, and Neil Bundy. Neil Bundy was saying a lot about it. Now, if you look to the right over here, after the October race in 2013, they came over here and they dismantled Alpha Towers. They took it down. The reason they did that, the people here and the people on the bottom over there could not see the race all the way around. By that time, the people here in the infield had agreed to allow the motorhomes all in, trucks, motorhomes, and everything else. They filled up the entire park there. Well, these people and the ones on the bottom over there could not see the race all the way around. People here tried to say, oh, we got to do something about that. We got to make it more better for the people. We need for them to see more of the race itself. But they thought about it a little bit and they said, what we'll do, we'll take the fence and normally watch the race here. We're going to move them over there and extend each end. And we're going to, on those tall towers, we're going to put a big screen up there. But they're able to see the entire race. They are so pleased. They have now requested that be made permanent. When they got this cleaned up over here, they said, well, what in the world are we going to do over here? Well, you know, they got a little over 3,000 acres here where they're parking and camping. A lot of them will come in at least a week ahead of time. Why don't we take this on a temporary time and allow them to come out the early race week, stay there and about Wednesday and they have to get them out because behind that, all kind of parking for motorhomes all over there. Well, anyway, that they were so proud about that, but that's temporary. Before they put restricted place now, some of the cars coming along here would get as much as 218 miles an hour. When they put the plates on, they slowed down to a little over 200 miles an hour coming through here. Now, Mr. Farmer was quite a race driver way back. You know, he raced down in Pensacola, Mobile, Montgomery. He was a regular to old Birmingham International before they thought about driving here. But just for the October race in 2009, he got the crazy idea he wanted to race on this track. Mr. Farmer did. He went to the office and requested to make a place available where they race on that track. Of course, they started laughing. They said, Mr. Farmer, you know, we can't do that. You're an old man. You're 78-year-old. So those guys over there, young and fast, they would run all over you. Well, if you knew Mr. Farmer, he didn't think that too well. He made several remarks which I wouldn't repeat. About a month later, he goes over to that dirt track over there and asked them to race. They said, go ahead. I asked them how it did, and they started laughing. I told me it was okay. It wouldn't tell me anything else. But I believe Mr. Farmer was now, about 8 months ago, was 83.
He's still racing, isn't he?
Yes, he is. As a courtesy to him, they let him race on that track, and his baby won that race. 83-year-old. He still goes up there. I saw his truck up there the last weekend. But he doesn't get to drive very much. He's got 2 cars he owns, and he's got drivers for them. When they first built the track, you know, they did not allow the motorhomes in the infield. All they had in the infield was do all the pickup cars and tents. Well, several years after track was in operation, some of the fans went to the office and requested they make a place available where they could bring motorhomes in this early Sunday for the race next Sunday. People at track finally agreed to go along with it, but they knew they had a problem. Gate 9 Road's right there. You see with the double yellow line, there's a little dip in there. Well, they had to build about 4 bridges to put across there for the motorhomes to come in. If they didn't, they'd drag up there and damage the track. Well, now it's early Sunday for the race next Sunday. They'll bring a couple of bridges and put them in there for the motorhomes to come in. They'll stay there until about Thursday. By that time, they got to take them out. The cars then are they'll have to take them out for their gear. They want to get on the track and start practicing. Well, then the motorhomes come in. After that, can only come in between 5 and 7 at night. There's closing traffic to the cars. Brought the bridges back out here, don't let them come in. They stopped a little problem down. That is Gate 9 Road right there. Now, if you look over turn 3 here, number 4's over there. That is the same setup over here as did on the other side. When the people here track finally agreed to allow the motorhomes in, they came over here and fixed these lot numbers all the way around on the other side. And of course, they got them fixed up real nice. But I thought that would be big enough to take care of any requests. They put a fence over there. Well, let me tell you, when they got ready to open that thing up, they realized they had oversold everything they had. They had to go across that fence and over up all the way to that road over there, make that available for motorhomes and travel trailers. Well, this has continued growing right now. About 65% of the infield is now covered by motorhomes and drop trailers. When they first came in, they said, "Uh-oh, we don't have any hookups." They went back to the office, they told them, said, "Look, we appreciate everything you done, but you know what? We come in here in a week, we stand there and the race over. We got to have showers." Look at the left, there's two buildings side by side over there. One side for ladies, one for men. They did get their showers over here right away.
With a tire marks in the wall.
Because once the race in 2013 now, Tony Stewart come along here in the last lap of the race. He caused a big wreck. He knocked out 25 cars scattered from here, almost to the grandstand. A lot of them got in that wall, left a paint job. Well, it took the painters a whole month to get it all straightened out. But to believe it, old Tony Stewart actually admitted that he caused that wreck, and Tony don't admit to anything. He blames everybody. Look at the grandstand over there. After I saw race 2009, February track put about half of the bottom. They came this way and took the old seats out and put new seats in. New seats are so much more comfortable and they're not bound on that rattling. But the old seats they took out and they put them up for sale, 4 for $99. Would you believe it? They went like hotcakes. They went so well until after the April 2010, they went the restway and took the old seats out of used seats in. About 5 years ago, they called us up and said, "You know what? We're getting old seats." I couldn't believe they had sold that many of those seats. I did a little checking to make sure, and I found out what a lot of them were doing were buying the old seats here and putting them on eBay, selling about twice what it's paid for them. Now, look at remember the old garage up there with all of them? Now, several years ago and several years after that was in operation, a couple of the drivers dropped the hints in there that they were buying these very expensive motorhomes. Well, that's all they had to say. People at track jumped in the back there and made them a big motorhome park. Now, they got all the hookups right there. Electricity, water, sewage, and everything. Well, you know, some of the drivers don't have to be here until about Thursday of the race week. What they'll do is hire people to bring their motorhomes in as early as Monday for the race next Sunday. They'll bring them in there, hook them up, check them out, and make sure everything's working fine. The drivers will fly their plane into the airport over there on Thursday, and they'll stay over here with their families and stay in the motorhome for the rest of the week. They go back and get in the airplane and go home. Same people that brought the motorhomes in will come get them, take them to the next track, and they'll wait for them when you get there. Now, if that ain't a smooth operation, I don't know what is. Now, when we get by the little medical center, if you look right out there, this is where they fixed that. See, they got all the hookups and everything in there. About the same time they built this, they put a little playground over there. With the pavement around the playground, they put a little racetrack. And I told them all, I said, "You know what drivers are doing? They're bringing their kids in here to be the next line of drivers." There's 212 acres here in the infield. What they're trying to do now is clean up the infield, make it a family type situation. People here in the infield had 40-something years. They do whatever they wanted to. And then they built up a pretty bad reputation. You know, the people here trying to finally agreed to allow the motorhomes in. They found out that they were people that were bringing their motorhomes in, brought their kids and families with them. Well, they said, "Oh my goodness, we got to do some changes here. And let's try to make this a family type situation." Well, people here in the infield had 40-something years do whatever they wanted to. They're not going to change overnight, so it looks like it'll be a while before they clean that and make it a family type situation. About 10 years ago, people tried to put that sign up there and said the quiet time is from midnight to 6 in the morning. They don't want any fireworks, no weapons, no cruising, no bad language. Let me tell you, the people who put that sign wasted their money. Right? Because nobody pays any attention to that sign on. They'll come in party, they go out party as well. During the race week, you know, we'll have upwards of 200,000 people coming in. A lot of them will come in as early as Sunday for the race next Sunday. Well, they'll get together with people they've met before and they'll enjoy each other's company. Well, you know, as time goes on, sooner or later the party begins. When the party begins, a few of them are going to get all out of sorts. Well, security has their headquarters to the right around there, and they send a man out and pick them up, bring them into their headquarters. When they get him over there, they'll give him a cot, tell him to go in the back there and lay down, go to sleep and sleep it off. Most of them will take advantage, but you got that few that think they're bulletproof. Well, they got to keep on and on. Well, security will give them a reasonable time to settle down. If they don't settle down, they do have a jail over there. They'll own that jail and put them in jail. Bill Agnew still has a qualifying record of $212.8 miles an hour. That was established prior to the restricted race being put on. Building Riders Administration and their charge making sure the grounds are kept clean. They got better than 3,000 acres where they have parking and camping during the race week. So they got anywhere from 5 to 10 full-time people making sure that they keep the ground. That is really neat the way they keep it. Big building behind all of them over there. In the mid-90s, the communities are small. They couldn't afford to build anything like that. Favorite track where they had built that and made it available on a rental basis for any property they may have had. You know, they have everything from weddings to the Miss Alabama pageant. Of course, they can sit and feed 1,500 back there. If they have a concert, they can sit 2,500. That has really been a place for the Favorite track. Really appreciate that. Now, if you didn't got tickets to the museum, or if you didn't finish your tour, you can go on around to the right back there. There's 3 big buildings. They'll learn or it's buses back there, which believe it during this career, both forward. Bobby Allison got a couple race gears going to good race going.
Well, there you go.
Rose Airplane, but the museum